right, one more time around. The releases from New Groove's Masterworks collection from last year's Black Friday release. This one is Decadence, and I'm expecting it to be quite decadent indeed. So I will be transparent up front because I'm a little bit of an idiot and I forgot to take it out of the fridge so it could warm up. So it's only been warming for about 20 minutes, so it's still quite chilled. So we're gonna hope that this one, unlike the last one, maybe doesn't need to be room temperature quite as much. But anyway, we will show you the label here, and it's got that similar design as the last one with the barrel kind of set up as a pseudo drum kit of sorts, and it just says Decadence 2025. Missed Your Plane, as those are the variants from the New Groove's Black Friday releases. And this is a stout aged in whiskey barrels with vanilla, then all junked it up. And indeed, it is definitely all junked it up. It's got New Groove's address on the side, illustration by Jessica Thornton, just like the last one. But there's quite a lengthy bio on Untappd, so we'll get more details off of that. Being that these are limited to release every year, of course, it's a fairly small sample size. Blended Imperial Stout utilizing 3 distinct stout threads from our barrel cellar. First, we have a strong, chocolatey, thick Imperial Stout, aged in Founders Rye and Dutchess Private Reserve casks from Taconic Distilling in New York for 34 months at 42%, with a sweet milk stout recipe aged in Willett Family Estate 9-year bourbon casks for 3 years at 28%, and a high gravity low body Imperial Stout recipe aged 17 months in a 10-year Henry McKenna barrel at 30%. Infused with Little River Roasting Company's cold brew honey, macadamia nuts, and toasted coconut. So there's actually the barrels seem the same as the German chocolate cake one, and in addition, some of the adjuncts seem very similar as well. Coconut's in there as well, although I don't remember that other one being toasted coconut. This one has macadamia nuts. The German chocolate cake had pecans. This one there's a cold brew, so there's a coffee element, and then there's a honey element as well. There was no honey. It is classified as an Imperial Pastry Stout, and those rankings, albeit low for obvious reasons. 61 total, 56 unique, 52 ranked, 4.53. So, like I said, very small sample size, understandably so, but a very, very strong ranking amongst said small sample size. And we always give the shout out, as New Groove has fully embraced the pull tab on wax top bottles. So anytime I see a brewery do that on their wax top bottles, I will give them extra shout out for that. So we'll peel that back as the wax shatters everywhere. There we go. Oh, geez, all over the floor. All right, so we'll get rid of that, and let's see the best way to attack this to go underneath the cap. This pop one flight down. Did I get that right? I don't even know. All right, so try to swirl that around, I suppose. You know, we'll give it the hard pour as usual, but it's a stout. You're not going to get much action. It does actually. So at first when I poured, I was like, yeah, you know, motor oil, dark as midnight on a moonless night. But there's actually a little bit more of a brown hue to it. And the head's actually formed a little at the end there. And I got a huge burst of milk chocolate right away. Not even anywhere near my face, as you've been watching me this whole time. but nowhere near my face, and I got a big waft of milk chocolate. There is what looks like some thickness off the top. Not sure if I can get you a good angle of that, but there's like a thick chewiness right off the top of that. I can kind of get a little coconut. It's not as strong in the aroma as it was on the other one. The coffee notes noticeable. I get a little bit of a sweetness, and it doesn't quite smell like chocolate, so it probably is a little affected by the honey there. And it is a bit nutty. So I'm getting a little bit of all elements, none of them really shining through as a primary element. So it's a bit of all the adjuncts working together in tandem. And like I said, I stupidly did not leave this out for very long. So, as it warms up, they may get a little bit stronger. So, yeah, get a little bit of everything. A very, very mild aroma at 14.8%. It's at least at the aroma, it is indeed sneaky. So cheers. Let's see if it's like that on the flavor. There's something very familiar about that. It does taste a little barrely, but it's really not It's really not overly boozy at all. It's very, very smooth. It may, like I said, with the temperature, it may get a little more boozy as it warms up, but this is pretty smooth. There's a bit of a dark chocolate, roasty bean bitterness. It's balanced quite well by the sweeter chocolate notes. Yeah, lots of chocolate. Like it's got a bit of a coconut mouthfeel. The flavor is very, very much buried in there. There's so many sweet, thick, decadent notes. It's going to be hard for coconut to fight through that for sure. But it is a very nutty tasting beer. The chocolate's very strong. There is a little bit of that beany roastiness from the cold brew. So as far as I could tell, all the elements are really shining through. Sans the coconut, but I don't think coconut would survive in this very long. It's so thick and decadent. It is very good. There's a bit of a bready quality to it. It's almost like chewing a chocolate cookie or chewing a brownie even. It kind of reminds you a little bit of a brownie. If I were to compare this to a food of these different elements the most, I would definitely say brownie, maybe even a brownie with those macadamia nuts on top. That's a liquid version of that. It's quite good. And check out New Groove. We're only, by the time you see this, maybe 7 or 8 months from Black Friday. So if you have the ability to plan a trip down, check that out and we'll meet up for the Mr. Plane release. Cheers, everyone. See you next time.